Let's get on with the details of those stories now. Police are on a hunt for two persons, it says, are connected to last night's brutal attack on a level 400 student at the University of Ghana in Legon. They're among three persons who are alleged to have attacked the student. One person has already been arrested. You'll be seeing these photos on social media, and photo that we have seen here at JoyNews show deep cuts to the head of the boy, his leg, the gentleman, his leg and hand, as he's been hospitalized as a result. The attack, according to students, was carried out by an armed group who they say are known as Kwashi Boys. We have a full report capturing students, school authorities and police from the campus and other university raising security concerns put together for you. First, let me tell you about these so-called Kwashi Boys. So this is what we know. It is a Hausa word meaning to forcefully take possession of something. Usually armed, they walk in pairs and trials, and some are on motorbikes. They approach politely and demand that you hand over your valuables. And if you refuse, they'll apply force. In some cases, they will inflict pain. And if the suspicion of the police, as they've arrested somebody, is anything to go by, this is an approach they have used on this gentleman who's at the moment in hospital battling for his life. So that is a bit of information for you about this so-called Kwashi Boys. Usually armed, they walk in pairs like I indicated, and some of them use motorbikes. They'll approach you politely and demand that you hand over your valuables. Well, Maxwell Agbagba, etc. This afternoon, level 400 student Daniel Osei, like I indicated earlier, has been in hospital. He's battling for his life. But Nancy Diradosi spent time at the University of Campus today, and she has a top story.
This is the exact spot Daniel said the level 400 student of the University of Ghana was attacked, leaving him with deep cuts in his head. In this video, Daniel is seen with his entire head soaked with blood. On Monday morning, the entire stretch from Pentagon to Evandi Hostel was quite empty, with just a few students using the area. I met two ladies who say they never use this stretch at night unless they are in groups.
So many fear, because we have our group studies at Pentagon, and anytime we are going, we have to pick a taxi, and the taxi too is very expensive, 5 cedi. So we need management to provide us with street lights and security men.
So anytime you're passing here at night, how do you feel? Even before this incident happened?
There's so much fear in us. Yeah.
Okay, what about you?
We put our phones in our dresses and then speed our walking. Yeah, there's so much fear in us.
So around what time do you use this road?
Around 9, because we have our group studies around 9 to 11. Yeah.
Okay. So when you're coming back, tell me how the movement is like for you.
We either take a taxi or they come and escort us.
Who escorts you?
The group members.
Divine says he has always been scared using the stretch, and the incident on Sunday has deepened his woes.
Well, because this is not the first time something of the sort has happened, because actually this stretch, the street lights here don't work, and there is so much bush here. So most of the times they hide in the bush, and then when students are coming, normally they attack people and take their belongings, phones, laptops, their bags and everything. I think this is the first time I've heard that they've attacked someone and wounded the person so much. So it has caused great fear. We working on this stretch, it has become so dangerous.
Stephen has had to escort ladies at night at the peril of his own life.
This street is actually dangerous because per my experience, a lot of people, when they reach where the big gutter is, that's from the big gutter at Penn. When they reach there in the night, I realize that girls especially, they pause a bit and wait whether someone is coming so that the person can assist them. And then, so there have been several occasions where I had to come and meet girls there and bring them along.
But after the incident happened last night, the hashtag #MakeUG a safe place again has been trending #1 on Twitter. I found level 200 student Abigail Osaya Boaje and Papa Ajabane who decided to start this campaign.
I would say it was out of frustration, and I don't know. Yesterday I was in the study room and I got a message from my roommate. We all know this person who got hurt yesterday, so they sent me the pictures. I was so mad because we're in this school, and this place is supposed to be a safe place. Like, our parents would be like, don't go out, stay in school, stay on campus, and we are being attacked on campus too. So I don't know, I felt our voices needed to be heard, because my cousin also nearly got stabbed on the same stretch last 2 weeks. She was coming to me for food, and these boys attacked her. They chased after her, and she had to just cross the street. So she nearly even got knocked down by a car and everything. So I don't know, it was out of what the event that has happened before that I've heard of, and this person's own, and I happen to know this person too, so it's out of frustration. So I was just there, and I decided to just put something on social media because I have a lot of followers, and I felt if I make the first step, people are going to come out and tell us what their problems are. So I just posted it, and my friend here helped me create a hashtag, and he said he was going to help me make this trend up.
But some students are ready to embark on demonstrations if the security situation on campus does not improve.
Nancy Emefa-Jadosi filed that report. Now, Police Director of Operations for the Accra region, ACP Kwesi Fori, told JoyNews that patrols are being intensified on campus to avoid these.
So far, one person has been arrested in connection with the matter, and full investigation will be carried out to ascertain whether we can get other suspects in addition. The University of Ghana has a large tract of land. Here we are, there are so many entry points and so forth. And subject was violently, attacked, as the crime scene depicts. But we are so determined to unravel this mystery, to get the attackers, to get the assailants, and bring them to justice. But meanwhile, it is important that police partner the internal security of the university to ensure holistic security. In view of this, we are deploying patrol teams and assault motorbikes to partner their counterparts at the university to patrol the entire corridor and other places of interest.
ACP Kwesi Fori is Director of Operations for the Accra Region Police. Now, what is the university itself and authorities there saying? The Vice-Chancellor of the University, Professor Ebenezer Odrowusu, has been outlining a number of interventions they put in place to beef up security on campus.
On a conference in the United States. I got back yesterday in the morning. Then I got the news at around 7 p.m. So the first thing I did was to drive to capture the scene. What I realized when I got here, unfortunately, the lights that are supposed to be on were off. So I quickly called the director of PDMSD and asked why the lights were off. And I instructed that the lights should be on within an hour. And I called the Dean of Students, the Vice President of the Student Representative Council. We moved straight to 37 to at least visit Daniel and then to wish him well. So when we returned, some of the lights were on. Apparently, according to the director, some people had tampered with the lighting system. So it's not as if the place is without light. This session doesn't belong to the university. It's a private session. So it sits on ECG grid, not on the main university grid. Yes. So when it happened, they went to the main switch and realized that it had been tampered with. Yeah, so they tried to fix it. So by the time I left here at around 10 p.m., the lights were on. And you can see today, I mean, the lights are still on. They're trying to fix those ones that are faulty.
You visited Daniel Osei yesterday at the 37 Military Hospital. How is he responding to treatment?
Well, I think he's doing well, and obviously he was in pain. That's expected. I realized that when I visited, he had a lot on his mind, and through my conversation with him, well, he was thinking about finances, thinking about his examinations and others. So I needed to give him the assurance that we would handle those things, the finances. And I think it's right to at least try and grant him some level of dispensation when it comes to exams, so he wouldn't think about it. So what I told him was just to concentrate on his recovery, and after that we would try and put everything in place. It's unfortunate it happened.
Well, it's emerging that the University of Ghana is not the only school faced with such a situation. JoyNews understand that KNUST, University of Cape Coast, among others, have the same issue. I'll bring you a report from Ivua Evans Chinwe, who has visited the Institute of Journalism, where some students have also faced similar attacks in the past. But let's speak now to ACP Kwesifori on these Kwashiorkor boys and what the police knows about it. Hello, ACP. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
So you said one person has been arrested. Let's start from there. What do we know about this gentleman?
Oh, thank you very much. Following the attack, it became a matter of interest to the police, and that we've taken steps, as far as investigations and other actions are concerned. As I speak to you, the Legon police arrested one person and had been handed over to the regional CIC for further investigation. For now, it's premature, to talk about him, and investigation is ongoing to unearth, the mysteries surrounding that attack. Secondly, police has also put in a lot of roll-out action plan, to sustain the security of the place. Importantly, we are deploying patrol teams for the night and assault motorbike team to assist us by being an institution of higher learning. We are very cautious of the environment, and we will be taking soft-hand approach in dealing with situations, to stop some of these attacks. But importantly, the PR department will also be doing a lot of education using the radio, campus, media, and so forth to sensitize students, to be very cautious about security. And also because security rests with the individual. And thirdly, we are also getting into partnership with the internal security of the University of Ghana, who are still some, to train their personnel on, contemporary and global crimes on campuses and so forth. We'll be doing that. And we've given also our emergency numbers, to the security department for them to relate with the police. Okay. More effective time.
Speaking about beefing up security on campus, what is the existing police arrangement on the campus, and to what extent is what you're going to add make a difference?
Already they have a district police headquarters on their land, and the police also assist them in day-to-day matters. But we are sending patrol teams from our operational unit, to give a boost and support to the police and the internal security department of the University of Ghana.
So how many police officers do you have, for example, on the University of Ghana campus who are responsible for the patrols?
For now, we cannot, give that number out. It is something that we worked on, and this afternoon we had a meeting with the university administration, and we assured them and the students, that the police will do everything possible to make that place a safe haven, to create desirable security for the students without let or hindrance, and to go about their activities. So today, we start today, and we'll be there in our.
You'll be there in your numbers. What's the level of sustainability here? How sustainable is this? Or is this a knee-jerk, if you like, a knee-jerk reaction to what has happened? Or is this going to be sustained throughout? For how long?
We'll review our operations based on contemporary needs and
Hello?
I'm saying that we'll review our operations at the university.
Okay.
And at the appropriate time when things are okay, we'll back out and allow the internal security to take control.
But I appreciate that you didn't want to talk too much about this gentleman you have arrested because it's an ongoing investigation. But just a very quick one before I let you go, ACP. We understand there are there's a group of boys who operate on this campus, and they're known to be inflicting such wounds on people. Is this something the police is aware of? Looks like we lost it.
Investigation is ongoing, and at the appropriate time, we may come out with what we know.
ACP Kwesifori, thank you so much for your time this afternoon.
Thank you, Madam.
ACP Kwesifori is Director of Operations, Accra Region Police there, and he was on campus today when we went there with our cameras, and you heard him give the assurances of what the police is doing, as well as the arrest they've effected of one person or one of the people suspected to have been involved. Two of them were told on the run, and the police is looking for them as well. He says investigations are ongoing. Well, like I indicated, it's emerging the University of Ghana is not the only school that's facing this problem of armed robberies. We understand the KNUST has its own story. The University of Cape Coast has its own story. Ghana Institute of Journalism has its own story. So Efwa Evans Chinnery has been talking to students at the Ghana Institute of Journalism. Mind you, the police headquarters is not so far away from the Ghana Institute of Journalism. Well, some of them have been talking to Efwa.
We students need to be very security conscious because over the period, especially now stretch here, it's dark almost all the time in the evening when going home. And there isn't much security measures on the road. Sometimes we see police officers, patrolling the roads, but that is not enough. And also in our schools, rarely do we undergo security consciousness training or workshop. There's nothing of that sort. So if our various university authorities can, train us, organize workshop, or maybe even some short courses must be introduced in our curricula. That too can help.
So I've personally not experienced any attack, throughout my whole educational journey. But I think I saw the photos of the Legon incident, and the pictures look quite gory. And I don't know how parents will feel when they send their kids to school and then they have to see them turn out that way. But I think what the campus needs to do is to put more security on grounds. And they were raising concerns about faulty street lights and all. So they should fix the street lights. They should increase security, just as they did at KNUST during the demo days, and then maybe the safety of the students will be back to normal, and there'll be less incidents of attacks on the students.
Maybe there should be more police patrols, maybe in the universities, because the university, as vast as the University of Ghana, is really a big university. So at least maybe there should be security or police patrols stationed at maybe every vantage point to see to that students are not attacked or met by any unseen occurrence.
With what happened in other schools or what happens in other schools, I think they should just tighten their security to protect the students, because they are people's children, and it's be heartbreaking if my child is going to write an exam or is in school and I expect the child to come back home only to hear that he or she is being attacked and either dead or injured. It's not a good thing.
So the students are angry. Especially those who are the University of Ghana campus, they think that the university authorities have not done well enough to protect them or to keep them safe in an academic environment. Well, they want more done. So they started a hashtag on social media and they're seeking more security for themselves on campus. Well, one entertainer DKB, we understand, has joined in that campaign because his brother, we understand, has been a victim of such an attack. DKB, thanks for your time this afternoon.
Thank you so much.
So tell us your brother's story.
So I was there one time when I had a call that my brother has been attacked by armed robbers, and it really got me panicking. So I asked where he was, and I was told he was sent to the university hospital. So I quickly rushed there to see that he's been cut badly in the palm. But luckily there wasn't any injuries or cuts or any harm to any other part of his body but his palms. Okay. So I asked him what happened, that why didn't he give his phone away to the guy, because essentially that's what they need, you know. It's not like they have any issue with you. And then he told me that the guy collected his phone, his girlfriend's phone, and then the guy said, look at him walking with a fine girl, brought out a knife, wanted to stab him in the stomach. It doesn't even make sense. So what? Because he's walking with a nice girl, you want to stab him in the stomach and disrupt his intestine. So he had to defend himself. So in the process, his palms got cut, but the guy couldn't reach his stomach to stab him. That's how stupid, to use a proper word, they are. I mean, those kind of robbers who, you know, how do you call it, rotate around those places. They are just frivolous. They're just frivolous. I mean, How can you say that somebody's working with a beautiful girl, so you want to stab him in the stomach after taking his phones?
So this is the story that your brother told you, but we also understand that there's a group of these guys there. They are known as the Kwashi Boys. I don't know how much you know about them, do you?
The Kwashi guys I'm talking about, they are weaponized. They carry weapons, so technically they qualify as armed robbers. I mean.
Okay. And you have joined in the campaign. What are you looking to achieve with your involvement in this campaign?
With my involvement, you know, as a celebrity and somebody who is a public figure, my priority is not always directing the fans to vote for me, hashtag this, vote for me to win this award and all of that. I also have to take care of very pertinent social issues relating to them. You understand? I have to also look at issues concerning the welfare of my own fans, because if they're not taken care of very well, who's going to patronize my ticket, who is going to show me support on social media, etc. So I got in to bring a lot of awareness to the issue that this Kwashi issue, the armed robbers harassing the students, attacking them, giving them all sorts of wounds, should stop. Because I finished University of Ghana 2009, and even at the time, it was still there. It was still there. Some of us were lucky because we were cautious about such areas. Even at our time, we used to have one around Bushke, because the old road, the old single lane, which used to be in front of the University of Ghana before this highway was constructed, there was this dark alley where you walk through to get to Bush Canteen, then before you get to Performing Arts Department. It was a dark alley that you have to avoid at every point in time, because we heard that when it gets late, these guys were attacking the people at the place. So usually in the evenings, we use the main gate and for entry or exit. You understand? And you can't stay on your own campus in such panic.
Right.
You understand? So these things should be taken care of. And the first step is illuminating the dark places.
Okay.
Because these crimes cannot prevail without dark places. They hardly operate in broad daylight. They hardly operate in illuminated places.
Okay.
Because
so your main call, so DKB, your main call on this campaign is to get the university authorities to make sure that it is well lit, that campus is well lit.
It's well lit. That's the first step to curbing these things. Because if it's well lit and I hear somebody screaming, help, once I come out, I can see a large space of place. So whoever is running, I can see whoever it is and also help. But if it's a dark place and I hear help, if I attempt to go and help, I could even also get myself involved in being a casualty.
Right.
You understand? But all I'm saying now is, if they have to start this whole project of lighting the dark places on campus, it will take a while. So please, just like the security forces were doing for the regional buses, we're giving them police and soldier escort. They should have police and soldiers patrolling such places. It would totally shut it down as they are in the process of lighting this spot. So this Ivandi Bunny Hostel zone where these guys perpetrate their activities, you should have like how difficult is it to pay 2 military personnel to patrol the place?
You want military personnel to be involved in this, and how far are you willing? Finally, how far are you willing to take this campaign? How far I'm willing is how far the campaign can take me, because no matter how much noise you make, if the school authorities, they go on deaf ears, there's so little we can do. But I'm just glad it's getting enough awareness, and I'm very happy that JoyNews, you guys have taken the time to pay attention to this, because we need our students safe. We need our people safe. My kid sister is University of Ghana reading Bachelor of Science, and I really panicked yesterday. So all we're saying is, for the interim, they should get military men to survey such areas. I mean, the Bunny Hostel place, there's a part around the Elizabeth Say areas, 2 soldiers there, 2 soldiers at the Ivandi Bunny Hostel, and then maybe around TF Hostel, 2 soldiers there. Just for a start, as they work on lighting the campus. And trust me, these boys are scared of soldiers. Okay. Exactly. So they should get the security personnel. I don't think paying these soldiers will be difficult for the University of Ghana. I mean, they get money from the tolls they take, they get money from school fees, from hostel fees, and other TLMs. So it's very possible. So we are begging the school authority. We need the students safe. And what's the hashtag again? The hashtag make University of Ghana safe place again. Yeah. Make University of Ghana safe place again. DKB, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Thank you. And hopefully this hashtag and this campaign brings about the required results. DKB there, Derek Obnaboni, is a comedian. His brother has been attacked. He says his sister is at the university, so he's joined in the hashtag and the campaign, the social media campaign that has been started by university students at the University of Ghana. Like I indicated, share your thoughts with us, your story, your experiences with us on our social media platform. It's facebook.com/JoyNews on TV. If you are on any of these university campuses, you want to get your story across to us, it's facebook.com/JoyNews on TV. If you want to do a Twitter, you want to tweet at us, it is JoyNews on TV. Let's hear your story, share your experiences, and let's join in the campaign.